What's good, y'all? We're back with our weekly scheduled depression. I feel like I'm saying that a lot. I feel like I've been saying that for the past couple episodes, but like it's really true, especially after what happened last time. It's really true. Um, but before we get into it again, talking about stuff from last episode, we've had the cat talk about. Well, he mentioned that he wanted to go and loan why his creators left and went on to create all of them. So that pretty much confirms that the gods of light, the gods of light and dark, before they made Remnant, they made the Ever After, and it seems like the cat has some beef with them. I mean, just because they left, and he probably feels abandoned, and it's weird because part of me is wondering with how the afterends work with their version of reincarnation, whatever that has effects either with their mentality or just how they act. Is that why the God of Light was so against having reincarnation or bringing people back in Remnant because something went wrong there, something with the cat? Maybe he saw that he didn't like something. Oh well, I don't think the cat can ascend. I think that was his problem. Either way, still, but with just what they learned in the Ever After said no more reincarnation. And part of me is wondering too, like, is that why Ambrosius gave them that warning back in Volume 8? Because, like, we all thought, like, oh, if they go down there, they'll die. But I'm wondering, like, is the reason he gave them that warning is more because of they might let something out rather than their own harm, So, like, if the cat comes back, is that going to be more of a problem for them on Remnant somehow? Like, he has beef with the gods, and so does Salem. So, is there going to be some weird little dichotomy though if they're not dealt with? I don't know. It'll be weird. Um, Also, too, with the cat and just literally like taking over Neo and using her as like a meat puppet, basically. I'm wondering also if that's just the reason why the cat, of why like Ruby, Neo, and Alex were always paralleled in the intro, because like maybe the cat was originally trying to use Alex to get out, and then he switched to trying to use Ruby, but then he ended up using Neo. So it's kind of like they're all, I guess, outlooks that the cat was going to use to try and get out. So another interesting thing. Final one I want to touch on too. People have been trying to call Yang a bad sister for like a couple volumes now. And I went back and watched. I like skimmed through a couple of the episodes just to see what was done. And there were a couple times with either Weiss or Yang have tried either talking with Ruby or checking in on her or something, and it always kind of gotten interrupted either by them losing the cat, Jean interrupted them, or she just walked off, And it's like, could they have done more to check on her? Definitely. But it's like, they're all pretty depressed, and if you don't tell somebody or help them be aware of how depressed you are, I don't think I can really put that on them to like to kind of press Ruby further if she's not ready to really talk about it or deal with that herself. And it kind of waited until it got to that breaking point before she was ready to even talk about it. And by that point, you can't really do much, You kind of just have to go through those emotions and then let other people in for them to really deal with that in a good and dependable way, So they still could have done more, but I'm not really there calling them bad siblings or friends or anything, Like, that's a bit much, Anyway, let's get into episode 9. I'm still looking for my Summer Rose cameo, so let's just get into that. Okay, episode 9, A Tale Involving the Tree. Pressing play, and 3, 2, 1, play. So, because the whole thing with the tree, the cat always kept saying it's not a place you go, it's a place you know. So, if there was any time that we would get my some of those vision, talk, whatever, it's going to be now. I hope. Because I feel like I've been pretty spot on with my guesses or my theories for the most part, or like just whatever I little talk about in the pre-show talk or afterwards with whatever theories I've had. I feel like I've been pretty spot on, you know? This brain up here works. So I want to call this one too, man. We've been seeing out some of those for so long, especially in this volume and like the last one, or just in Alice in general. So give me something. I just want a little bit. I need a little bit of happy or emotional after what happened last week, you know? I wonder if they'll... Oh no, they're still shadows, okay, because I was about to say, I wonder if they were gonna have their model standing behind Neo like they did with Jean's mask. Okay, whatever, that's fine. Oh... Every time going into the show now, I'm just worried. That's it. I'm just worried. Like what my weekly trauma is gonna be this time. Okay.
A door opened for Alex at the tree. Before she went back home, the girl had a great many questions to ponder. After all the lessons she learned, and the friends she'd made and lost, who had she become? Would she still be the same Alex when she went back home? The leaves of the tree rustled, and on the wind, Alex heard one more question. What
are you?
That
same question we've been asked. Oh!
I don't understand.
Told you! It's mine!
Alex, the pleasers, now Ruby. What does this place want?
I don't think it wants anything. I think it just operates. It's more what the cat wants.
I don't understand. What did I do wrong?
I mean, at least here, everything has a purpose.
We can figure this out. There's got to be a way to get to the tree.
Fate. You can't just go against it.
You appear upset. Would you be so kind as to tell me how I can help? Perhaps you are.
They look like a Regigigas.
No,
I think that's it.
Okay.
From Pokemon.
If I can get you anything else, please don't hesitate to ask. That's what I'm here for.
So they said it. Is that the one he called Pure?
What are you?
We are the Genial Gems, and we have arrived here to clean up this beautiful land and create something wonderful and pleasing.
So it's basically the same as the Paper Pleasers, but they're different. That almost makes me question what the point of their ascension was, if they're basically doing the same thing as they were in their previous life. Oh well, I mean that's a bit different, I guess. But hopefully this helps Jean that
This is them,
where he can
isn't
see like it makes something beautiful.
They're back.
Right.
It's just like they said. They came back from the tree better.
Right, like
No flood or fire will ever hurt them again.
By trying so hard to save them, I stopped them from becoming what they needed to be.
there you go, John. Connect the dots.
I was being selfish because I wanted the rush of rescuing someone. And I got that here.
I think you're asking too much of yourself. We've been telling ourselves that failing means we're no good. But I can guarantee even the best huntsman in history, they've all
Sometimes
lost.
you gotta pick yourself back up.
But they were still incredibly brave. And good.
Like Summer. Probably.
Wise.
Aww. Aww. Team hug.
Maybe that cat was right. Maybe I just needed to accept it.
I'm glad Jean at least
It's not a place you
started to walk through his problems. Oh, now they're at the tree?
What?
It's a... So, because he was able to accept himself?
It's a place you know.
But I figure at least those two were confident in what they knew. What's the difference? Were there little statues of past people who ascended? Because that was the obelisk. And it looked like Ruby was made of wood too. In one of the shots.
Ruby?
Should you move her? Like, she looks pretty rooted in.
We have to get her out!
I think I get it. This is how we got here, or why the tree brought us here. Acceptance.
We've done everything we can. Now it's up to Ruby. Whatever happens next, we have to welcome that.
But what if she isn't Ruby anymore when she comes back out?
That's gonna be up to her. Whether she's able to accept herself for who she is. Oh, he's gonna be a butterfly now. Oh, he's got legs.
Maybe that's not for us to decide.
Like she's gonna have to be resolute in her ideals going forward. I keep teasing some of those, like just give me her talk already. Is that the blacksmith again? Or just give me a stalk flashback or something, man.
I didn't expect you here just yet.
I wasn't expecting to be here. Are you the tree?
You could say that. But that is a simplistic understanding of the tree and what it does.
She's the tree?
What's going to happen to me? Am I gonna die?
The only thing that can happen to you here is what you want to happen. The choice of what you become and where you end up is yours to make.
Is she gonna try and go back to that ideal
You don't know what
and
you
remake
want,
herself,
do
or
you?
What's that?
is it gonna be Cat Neo or the door? Well,
Is that?
Our way home.
is it because Neo, well, like the body of Neo
You made
is still
it.
I
questioning
guess your little plan to get out of
itself?
here isn't working?
You've always been the worst of the bunch.
So Neo can't go through the door.
Not yet.
No. She has no attachments to your world, nothing to return to. She has failed me, just like Alex
Do you need an attachment to go back?
Like Alex?
The cowardly, wretched girl whose story you've been foolishly following all along. The same girl that I followed too. Because she promised me she would bring me back to Remnant with her, when in truth, she had no intention of taking me. No, after talking to the tree, she had a sudden crisis of conscience. Decided she wanted to fix everything she'd broken in the ever after, including poor Jean. And so Louis went. And at the very last
So Alex
moment,
stayed?
Alex didn't.
What did you do to her?
So Luz is the one that... So if Luz is the one that got out...
What anyone would do with a broken, useless
And wrote the story, why would he leave himself out?
You didn't.
You monster!
That's so weird.
She's still here. Yes! All my work! It's not
Just those
lost!
giant paws is
She
terrifying.
wants nothing more than to return to Remnant and play hero. I just need to cut her out, and she will take me there.
I mean,
No. Whatever happens to RWBY,
even if they weren't here, would he be able to
Not
do that?
you
Like,
or
would the
anyone
tree
else.
reject him?
Then I'll put you in the ground.
And like I said, I figure Neo would die, or at least
What are
the
these
body.
things?
The souls that are moving on to whatever they become next.
Do they choose what their next life will be like?
Such concern for souls you don't know.
She's
Or
wondering about herself.
is it for yourself?
Right. You would like to know.
There's no way we're letting you get to RWBY!
But don't you see? What comes out of that tree might
Oh.
not even be your sister any longer.
What in the heck?
I wanted to be the hero, like the stories that my mom read to me. I just wanted to do the right thing, but every step of the way, it's like there is no right thing. I tried so hard,
That's life, man.
and I may have just done more harm than
Just
good.
live it. There's no
I don't understand
wrong or right way to live
who I
it.
need to be, because who I am right now, she's not cutting it.
What if you could be anyone?
I said that last week. She might want to be Summer. I said that last.
This whole time, I thought
I thought it
Alex
was
made
crazy.
it back home and lied about everything that happened here. But you were the one who killed. Who lied!
You were never a brave knight either.
Yes, he is.
Just more fairy tale nonsense.
Come on, Jean. Woo! He's fine, he's fine, he's got the glider. If his gravity test still works, he still has the whole light. Landing strategies.
Who did this belong to?
It's not about who did, but who
So are those all people who
Can
came
you
to the
feel
ever
the
after?
woman who might hold it? The weight of who she is. She could be you. You could put any one of them on and leave Ruby Rose behind.
I need some Gohan Laga moment where she claims that she is Ho, Ruby Rose, and that her scythe is the scythe that appears to the heavens.
So heavy.
I need it.
It's the only thing I can feel anymore. And it never, ever goes away. The feeling of not being enough.
And how would you measure enough?
That's the second time we've seen that weapon.
Before she went back home, Mom, the girl had a great many questions to ponder. What are you?
She said, okay. Okay, well, so the blacksmith just said it doesn't matter who the weapons belong to, like you can feel. So if she's, so that was so that is someone's weapon. So someone came to the ever after? How did someone get in the ever after? Wait, so someone came to the so she talked to the blacksmith too. she went to the tree too. She dropped down or released all her burdens or whatever the blacksmith said. But she went back, right? When... At least I'm pretty sure that that's what they were trying to tell us, right? That was Summer's weapon, that was a part of whatever that she used to fight. But when would she go to the ever after? How would she get there? Does Osprey know the ever after's here? So many questions. Okay, wait. Timeline. So is this why she didn't come back? I mean, because we've all assumed that Salem killed Summer, right? But Salem hasn't necessarily said she did it. I mean, she's like, of course they would fight. You know, she would know of her existence. Summer was probably a thorn in Salem's side like they are. So sure, she can talk about her. She can, she can make jokes. She can say whatever your mama joke she wants. But I don't think she said that she's actually killed her, right? So Summer ascended, maybe, but who came out? Is there somebody that we don't know or hasn't been accounted for that would have came out if it wasn't still Summer? Because I'm like, if Summer's weapon was left there, I'm assuming she ascended, right? But who? Okay, I'm be honest. My mind is lost right there. And then there's this whole thing about leaving, but you can't leave because you don't have an attachment to that world. So Neo can't. So here's the thing: Neo can't leave because she doesn't have attachment to Remnant. If RWBY comes out unchanged, she will still be Ruby Rose. Neo wants Ruby Rose dead. So if RWBY comes out, does that mean Neo can leave? Because RWBY would be Neo's tied to Remnant. Does that mean she doesn't care about getting revenge on Cinder then? Because Cinder's still on Remnant. Or maybe you need more than just revenge to leave? And because that wouldn't change anything with RWBY still being alive then. Man, okay. So then there were changes, or at least what actually happened with the fairy tale, Girl Who Fell Through the World. Lewis is the one that left. I have seen a lot of theories online of people saying that, so shout out to y'all for getting that right. So he left. He was probably waiting on the other side for Alex to come out. Alex never came out. He's like, something happened. But still. So he wanted to write the story, and he wrote Alex in probably as like a remembrance. So Alex probably still was mischievous as she was, because her poisoning Jean still happened. Her cheating the Red King still happened. But talking to the tree, she came out a better person. Like we almost saw with the Paper Please, she came better, and she wanted to then fix everything that happened. She wanted to stop that war, but ultimately the cat killed her because he was just petty like that. Question still is, how did they get to the Ever After? How did Summer get to the Ever After if she did get healed? I'm happy that John got through his troubles, or at least is getting through them, or maybe not getting through them, but at least was able to accept them and realize and actually visually see, like, hey, even if I can't, help them or whatever, from my perspective, they are still doing what they want. Like it is their choice, and they were better for it, So hopefully he's still isn't beating himself too much about Pure and Penny. Like he still has the hesitation, like we saw here fighting them. But anybody would pretty much get that with a dead friend, especially if you were the one who killed them. So I'm still saying he's on his path to fully accepting, like he has, but still finally overcoming that. And it seems like John is gonna stay old, at least so far. Like I don't think him going through this might change that. So I don't know, man. This is because I'm gonna have to see what they do with this, what it's gonna say, because I'm very confused a bit. I'm questioning a lot of things. I don't know. Like until I get more answers than questions, I don't know how to feel about this episode right now. Like the stuff that happened with John, I'm fine with that. The stuff that happened with the cat and leaving, I'm fine with that. The stuff that happened with the girl who fell through the water, it's things that happen with Summer and what that can mean for Ruby, and like, you know, and everything like that I'm like, I really don't know where to sit with that unless I'm just misinterpreting something. Please let me know. I'm at a loss right now, man. I'm very like, that's weird. This is weird. I don't know. I'm happy we're finally getting to see Summer, and we're gonna be getting more of Summer, hopefully in the finale. But yeah, I'm questioning stuff. I don't know how to feel right now. I don't know whether I'm like, because okay, depending on how the finale happens and things moving forward would tell me if I like this episode or not. Right now, I'm like, of all the ones that I've watched in Volume 9, I feel like this is the weakest one to me. Like, it feels like it's the weakest one. It was only 15 minutes, so it wasn't as long as the others, so it really couldn't do much. I feel like a lot of the stuff that we had here, we already knew. But, you know, like I said, like the things with Summer, it depends on what happens in the finale. So next week we will see if that would change my opinion. We haven't fully got that Summer talk that I wanted yet. I thought it would be here. It's got to happen, right? Like, anyway, next week is the finale before we're on another hiatus. So deal with that, I guess. And I'll see you next week for the last reaction. Peace. Hope you join me.